Number 8 is the same type of problem as we did on number 7. It's just more of an application type problem. It says at a certain time of day, the angle of elevation of the sun is 40 degrees. To the nearest foot, find the height of the tree whose shadow is 35 feet long. So we have a right triangle here, 30-degree angle. We're trying to find the side opposite the 40-degree angle, and we're given the side that's adjacent. So opposite over adjacent means that we would use the tangent function. So I could write an equation that says the tangent of 40 degrees is equal to h over 35. So then when I cross multiply, I would get h is equal to 35 times the tangent of 40 degrees. Then go to our calculator, type in tangent of 40 degrees, then times 35, and I get 29.37. So then it says to round to the nearest foot, so that would be 29 feet. Make sure you pay attention on your homework as to how many decimal places or what they want you to round it to. Okay, number 9 is using a different key on the calculator than what we've talked about before. It's the inverse trig functions that are on your calculator. And these are the keys that should be just above your sine, cosine, and tangent. It would look like this. A sine to the -1, or cosine with a -1, or tangent with a -1. These are not your reciprocal keys. Okay, if you wanted to find the cosecant or secant or cotangent on your calculator, these are not the keys. Okay, you would have to actually type in, like if you wanted to find cosecant, you would have to type in sine and then take the reciprocal of that. These are our inverse functions, which allow you to find a value for theta. Okay, so if it says find theta if sine of theta equals 0.2971. So this is what the sine is. We want to find theta. Okay, so theta will equal the sine inverse of 0.2971. Okay, so we use that function, that inverse function key on our calculator. You would type in 0.2971, and then on my calculator I have to hit second and then sine to use that inverse. And so that gives me approximately 17.28 if I keep it to 2 decimal places. This is the value of theta, so that's in degrees. So that gives you what your angle measure is. Okay, same thing on B. If I wanted to find theta would equal the cosine inverse of 0.8771. So I would type in 0.8771, hit second cosine, and I get 28.71 degrees. So that's the value of the angle whose cosine is this. Okay, you will see this if you look at number 10. There's a problem related to finding theta. It says you have a tower that's 125 feet tall. It casts a shadow that's 172 feet. Find the angle of elevation. Okay, well, how are these sides related to theta? 125 is opposite, 172 is adjacent. So again, that means we would use tangent. I could say that the tangent of theta equals the opposite side, which is 125, over the adjacent side, which is 172. Okay, so I want to find theta, so theta would equal the tangent inverse of 125 over 172. Okay, I would just keep this as a fraction form, type it in my calculator as a fraction, 125, or you could go ahead and divide it by 172. Keep that in your calculator, do not round, and then hit your inverse tangent key, so second tangent on my calculator, and that gives me theta equals, it says 36.00756157. Okay, so it says to the nearest degree, so I round to just 36 degrees.